Good morning, Vertical Church. Pastor Tim here. Welcome to day 9 of our 14-day prayer devotional we're calling the Move Me Movement. Over these 14 days, we're looking back at the Old Testament to see how God moved the Israelites forward from their exodus out of slavery in Egypt to their 40 years in the wilderness and into their conquest of the Promised Land. Yesterday, we talked about leaving the past behind. Today, we're going to talk about moving in unity. The Israelites had completed the exodus out of Egypt. They survived 40 years in the wilderness by God's miraculous provision. Now, the conquest of the Promised Land is nearing completion, and the hand of God has been upon them the entire time. Yet we come to Joshua chapter 24 and we find that Joshua needs to renew the covenant between Israelites and God. Joshua reminds the Israelites of God's love and the many things God has done for them. But why would he have to do this? Well, because there were Israelites who were still secretly worshiping false gods and idols behind closed doors. This not only kindles the anger of the Lord, but this also causes division amongst the people. And we know a house divided cannot stand. Joshua knew this, so he kind of gives them an ultimatum in Joshua chapter 24, verses 14 through 15. He says, "Now therefore fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in faithfulness. Put away the gods of your fathers, served beyond the river in Egypt, and serve the Lord. And if it is evil in your eyes to serve the Lord, choose this day whom you will serve, whether the gods your fathers served in the region beyond the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Again, that's Joshua 24, 14 through 15. Our God is a jealous God and a holy God, and he could never permit them to be divided in their loyalty to him. Just as a husband and a wife are faithful to their marriage vows and jealousy guards their mate's affection, so Israel and the Lord had to be faithful to each other. Their great need was to cleanse their hearts of allegiance to other gods and to incline their hearts only to the Lord. If they persisted in their hidden disloyalty, God would not forgive them but punish them for their sins. Joshua understood that his people, the Israelites, needed to be united before God and serving the one and only true God. So, as the leader of the Israelites and the priest of his family, he was charged with the responsibility to see that his whole house served the Lord. And he would do whatever was right and godly to make sure his household served God. Who are you serving? Who is your household serving? We may not be serving the God of the Amorites or worshiping a golden calf like Israel's fathers did, but that doesn't mean we aren't serving something else over God. Could be money, possessions, a relationship, status, power, position. Jesus talks about this in Matthew 6:24 regarding money. No one can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money. This doesn't only apply to money, but this also applies to the other things that we're serving in our lives. The Vertical Church is not a building that you come to, but it is a movement you choose to be a part of. And that movement requires unity. As you pray today, pray for unity within the Vertical Church as well as in your own household. Declare, as Joshua did, that as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.